Hi, Sept family. Happy September. Ashley and I are here to share with you some exciting updates about Accept as promised. We've got a lot of big things coming up, and we're excited for you to get involved and to get engaged as we try to make some systemic changes to remove racism from college admissions. This summer, the Accept board met to develop a strategic plan for the coming 2 years. And a lot of what we decided was really informed by the survey that we did of our supporters this summer. And so please know that these ideas certainly came from the board, but also really came from you, from folks who have been engaged with us, for the last 6 years. So we have 3 areas of focus as we see it in the coming years. First is building a sustainable community. Second is working within the space of public policy to create systemic equity in the path to college. And then third is further developing our research to practice partnerships to support great bleeding edge research and turn that into best practice for our work. So we're going to talk about some of those things today. I'm going to turn this over to Ashley to talk about sustainable community.
Hey, y'all. It's good to see you again, albeit virtually. I'm sure we'll see you in the comments. We're really thankful for your work so far. So one of my primary responsibilities in the community culture capacity is to work on a sustainable community, and I'm excited to share a few things with you. So first things first, the community design team is in our 2nd year, and that team is comprised of a few great folks all over, I was going to say all over the country, but all over the world, because we have Sophia Bazil, who lives and works in Bali and does college access work there. Jonah O'Hara, who's at Rocky Hill in Rhode Island. Kelly Emerson, who's at Lee College in Texas. Rob Mooring, who's at St. Agnes Academy in Texas. And Brandon Mack, who heads the International ACAC, and his home base is in Texas. So thank you so much for the community design team, because they've done a lot of work around reestablishing our group norms, boundaries, and how we can support our Accept supporters. Also super excited to talk about our reducing bias and rec letter workshops that we're offering in October. So we have 2 separate strands. The first strand is for those who will be writing. So that's college counselors, teachers, and other student supporters. And your date is October 6th. We're offering 2 times, one in the early afternoon and one in the evening. And you'll see more information soon. And then also the second date is for readers, so college admissions reps and folks who read those applications to support students through the admission process. And your date is October 27th. And we also have 2 times available for that as well. You'll see the registration link in the comments, and please reach out to Marie or myself if you have any questions about that. And then consulting work, an extension of the workshops. So Marie and I have been engaged in consulting work for, I think, 2 years now, Marie. And anything that you are thinking about as far as equity in the college access realm, we'd love to support. So if you're in a college counseling office at the high school level, if you're at a college in the admissions office or a CBO, and you're looking for ways to level the playing field, level access in the admission and matriculation process, we are 100% on board to support you. So reach out to us. And then finally, excited to reshare information about the Black Fathers Emergency Fund. So we shared detailed information about the Black Fathers Fund several weeks ago, but we want to remind you about a couple of things. The United Negro College Fund is managing all operations of the fund, but Accept and the Black Fathers Foundation are responsible for fundraising, marketing, and relationship building with the colleges. So we will share more in early October, and we love your support as we aim to raise funds for these critical parts of the post-secondary community.
Thanks for that, Ashley. And really, for all of you out there, we really need your support with all of these activities, and as particularly the items that Ashley talked about in the community, things that came directly from our survey. And so I think we're doing our best to meet the needs of members as they've requested. So thank you so much for that, Ashley. I want to talk about 2 other pieces, public policy and research to practice. So public policy, we see it as a really exciting space that Accept has been, that we've kind of found ourselves at the in a number of places. And we're doing a lot of our work through the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights under the law, one of the oldest civil rights organizations in the United States. And so we've been lucky to work with the Lawyers Committee on projects that are statewide in the Midwest and looking at some other projects as well. And so those have been long-term, and long-term takes long-term work. So we're going to continue to work on those different coalitions in the states in the Midwest to make sure that the flagship institutions look more like and reflect the diversity of their states. A big project that we took on this summer and will continue for the next couple of months is we were able to submit an amicus brief, a friend of the court brief, to the Supreme Court in favor of and in support of race-conscious admissions practices in the Harvard and in the UNC cases. And we're very pleased that both ACCES, the Association of College Counselors at Independent Schools, and Fair Test, which is an advocacy group about reasonable and appropriate testing policies, that they signed on as well. So we're very, very proud of that. We'll include a link to the brief itself and the comments below. But some other pieces are still going with that. Just because we sent in the brief doesn't mean that this fight is over, not even close. So if you are able to attend the NACAC conference in Houston next week, I will be on a panel about the Supreme Court case with Jay Rossner and Ralph Figueroa. And not only going to talk about the case itself, but we're going to talk about strategies that we see moving forward. And we're going to take a little different twist. We're not focusing on college admissions offices in that, but rather we're focusing on everyone else who works in our ecosystem, because we're all going to be touched by this so much. So come to our session. Hopefully we'll be able to share information from that afterwards. And then if you're really feeling spicy, join us on October 31st, Halloween, day before deadlines, in DC, the day of the hearing. The Lawyers Committee and some other organizations are planning some actions and rallies at the Supreme Court for the day of the hearing. So we will be there, and that will be really exciting. In terms of research to practice, we think that it's an exciting opportunity. And again, one of those things that takes long-term commitment and investment to see great outcomes, but it's not immediate. So in terms of our research to practice work, if you happen to be at NACAC, come to our session on Saturday morning with me and Nikki Chun and Sean Felton and Dr. Oyan Poon as we talk about building relationships between researchers, practitioners, how we can work together, how we can be a part of their spaces so that we can all see greater results, to have data to help inform our work and have best practices. So those are really exciting things. And those are some big things that I think have been dreams for a long time, but are finally coming to fruition. So very, very excited about that. And that for now is just a short update. Please note that we're going to make these updates much more regular so you can hear more from us about what's going on. But for now, that's what we share with us as we head into the fall. Ashley, anything else you want to add?
Well, thanks, Marie, for your updates as well. Also, we'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to several folks, and we will just group them because there are too many people to name. Marie and I could not lead this work without the support of so many of you. So especially for our committees, the board, who is always behind everything we aim to do. And then you, the Accept supporters, thousands and thousands of folks who are often part of our village and making sure this work advances forward. We really appreciate you. And then finally, as Marie mentioned, we will be in Houston. We hope to see you there. We hope to say hello. And if you're not hugging, we'll give you an elbow rub or a fist bump, but we really want to see you in person. It's been too long. So thank you so much for everything you've done and will do in conjunction with Accept in the future.
Thanks, friends. See you soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.